Right, so here we are. We're starting out. I'm just after downloading this from my channel here. So this was put up, geez, when was it? February last year. Uploaded time February last year. Okay, right. I thought it was like a few months ago. So obviously a lot longer than that. And I'm just gonna go and what will I do this? Yeah, I'll just go latest 2017. So I'm basically going to fix this script up live, or not live, but I'm going to fix it up in one go. I'm going to do it in Revit 2017, and it shouldn't matter. It should open up in 2016 as well. So I'll just wait for this to kick up and we'll start off. So there's a few things have changed with a few of the packages. So I'm just going to go back and address that stuff. I'm just trying to remember. I did actually. I was helping someone fix it up there about 2 or 3 months ago. So I'll just open up this and find, where was it in here? Just quickly made this, and yeah. So we're just uploading this or opening it up. So from what I remembered, I don't think there's any views or sheets in this. We're going to create the views and sheets and put them together, and just see how well it works with that. Now, depending on how far I get along today, I've only got another, I don't have much time before I have to go. So I probably won't get to work in a UI into this now, but maybe next time. After upgrading my audio, so it should sound a lot better than it used to, and yeah, it should be better overall. So let's just go back here and just see what we have. So we have the demo model that we're opening up now, the Dynamo script that we're using, so this one here, and we have an Excel. So we'll just go in and have a look at this Excel. Okay, so from what I remember, yeah, I was just putting these headers in just to say that this is actually, this column is referenced as 0 in Dynamo, and 1 and 2 and 3 across here. I mentioned it in the last video from what I remember, and this is just a test one because we only want to test it out with these 4 views and sheets. So the 4 sheets we're going to make, and these are the 4 views we're going to create as well. So level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2, for coordinated and HVAC. And then this is the actual sheet list we're going to use here. So I'll just open up this. Kind of get this. The tap must be attached to the duct. So just open this up. See, we have level 1, 2, and 3, and sheets. Yeah, we have no sheets. Okay. So I'll just look at this, see what we have, and I'll just go in here and just I'll just get rid of all the architectural elements and see. Yeah, we've got a load of this MEP stuff here. I could have just gone to discipline and mechanical, and what is given as a similar one, not as clean though, but you get an idea what we're going to be creating here. So let me go back to the sheet. So we're going to open up this. I'll just go in here, copy this location, and go into manage. So Dynamo is in the manage panel, and it can put people off because they're looking for it here in add-ins. It's not in here. Okay, I'll install it, then they install it, and they can actually put in over, or I think there can be issues when you're installing more than one version of Dynamo. So here I've got 0.9, 1.3, go 1.3, and I might have a little look at this Dynamo player if I get time. I probably won't though, as I said. So yeah, but if I do, great. So we're just going here. I'm going to paste that location in here. Brings me directly and then open up this, and we want to open up in manual execution mode as well. So open up this straight away. We've got a issue with one of the scripts. It's the same issue 3 times. So we'll just get a zoom out and have a look. Okay, we've got 2 issues. I think I remember looking at this one before. Yeah. So this node here, apply view templates to selected views. We're going to have to do a little bit of work with this because I think that this this node works slightly different to the way it used to. The current version, which we actually have installed already. I think I have one of the latest Archilab Grimshaw packages in. So there was one other thing down here, view type, select what view type. So this is going to be a floor plan. We're going to be selecting here, get view by type, okay. So I'll run through all of this again, but I'm just going to open up my Excel, make sure I'm targeting the correct one. And okay, it looks okay. And I'm just going to come over here and freeze. So that should freeze everything. Yeah. And I'm just going to hit run just to see what happens. Actually, I have to close. Might need to actually, I'll just leave it there and see does it work now. Nope. Disconnect, clean it out, bring it back in, run it again. And okay, that may happen to you. Sometimes you've already got this Excel open, just close it down, disconnect, run it to kind of clear out the pipes, and then connect it up and run again, and it should, if you've done that correctly, or if it's set up like that, it should run out. Okay, so I'm getting the test tab, or the test sheet, which is this one here, and we're grabbing all this information here, and we're dropping the first 2 lists. So when it comes in, so the 0 to 1, just to indicate what column. So 0 is going to be this one here, sheet number. But we don't want 0 and sheet number. We want to drop these 2, so we start straight away with our sheet numbers. So if I use this list.drop items, I'm dropping 0 and 1 here. So drop the first 2, and it drops the first 2, and we're straight into the data. And you can forget about these nulls, or we can't clear out these nulls, but just for the time being, we're just going to keep them. And I think, all right, the transpose, does that clear? No, it doesn't clear out the nulls, but we just get rid of them here. So our sheet numbers, names, the views, and I have this this A here. I have this here as a kind of a repeater. Just it's good to have like this section here and this section here. It's good to have inputs. So input into one section and an input here, and then an output, which I haven't done in this one, but I have done an output on this one. So I'm using this node to kind of control what comes out of here. So I could come along and go, okay, I want to use a different node, and I could just be testing things out. Like, let me see, list dot. Let's just say, for instance, we're going to do a list dot create. Okay. And I want to test it. I want to connect this to everything that this one is connected to. So instead of me having to go here and plug it into each and every one, I just come along and plug it directly into that, and that follows through. Okay, so that's kind of the way I do. So I might just go this output. So that's not essential, or it's not really necessary, but it does help when you're creating your own scripts. Or even like if you download this script, you can just, if you want to test out a few different nodes and see what happens, you just plug them into one, as opposed to having to plug them into all of these. Okay, and this here, this code block that I have here, I just have it split out, so I know exactly what I'm getting. So I have my sheet numbers, names, the view templates, so that the actual name of the view template, the view name that I want to create, the subdiscipline that I want to set, and the level reference. So the level reference is actually, so what levels am I going to be creating my views for, which is executed up here. So I'm just going to come along, and I think I will just freeze from here have to unfreeze from this. I'll freeze from here, see how far that gets me along. Freeze into that one, yes, that's fine. And yeah, that's all grand, right. Nearly. I'll freeze that as well, just so everything else is frozen. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I want to get a view type. So if I now search for, okay, I'm just going to move the mic because it's actually slightly in my way. You might hear a bit of, okay. So what was it, view type? View type. So we're here, this get view by type, we have it here, but we're looking for this view type. And so they have changed a little bit. Two of them are actually from Archilab Grimshaw. Thank you, Conrad. And we're looking for, or is it floor plan? Floor plans. I'll just bring that in there. Remove that and pop that up here and add it back into the group. So we have our view type. And first thing we're going to do is we're getting the floor plans. So I want to just freeze from here as well, just to see what we get from these two. Okay, so I'm just going to hit run, and this node collects all of the floor plans, or all of the floor plans, and this node here gets their names. So if I go back into here, we can view or view level or view name. So I know what the name of the base view is that I want to use as the creator for the views. So I know beforehand, if I go back into just Revit, I have level 1, 2, and 3. And I pump that into my Excel so that I can start using it in my Dynamo when I bring it in my Dynamo script. So here we go. We have the levels, we get their names, and then we do a check here to see, out of this code block, we only see the last entry. So we only see the levels that are coming in, and we have level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2, which corresponds to level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2 for the two different view types that we want to create for level 1 and level 2. So that level 1, level 2 is coming up here, and we're just going to compare to see which of them, which is which. So I just hit run, and we're basically just using these kind of 4 nodes here to get the index of level 1, level 2. So it goes true, false, true, false. So true, false, true, false. And then we get the index of the trues from here. So 0, 1, 0, 1. And then this one gets the item at index. So it gets these items at 0 and 1, 0 and 1. So the 4 views, so we need to get them. And if I go here and unfreeze this, and I don't want to duplicate just yet, I'll hit run now, and we can see it gets the 4 views. That's all it does. It doesn't create a brand new view. If I go back in here, it hasn't created a view. It's just gone and got these 4 views. So it's a list here, so we can see 983765 and 983765. It's just kind of repeating it. But it's not actually creating a new one. It's just getting a list so that we can feed it in. There's probably much better ways of doing this. I'm just kind of rehashing this because it's already up and people have used it, so I'm just kind of updating it. So most likely, well, there's always a better way to do something, but for this, I think this is okay. What I've done here, it's acceptable. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this here. I'm going to freeze that. So duplicate, select the duplication process. Select the duplication process is required. Okay, right. This is duplicate views, because we don't want to affect our original floor plan 1 and 2. They're kind of like the master. We don't want to be overriding these, although we can see there's already, I think there's a view template on that. Or is there? No, there's not. It's just set up like that. So you can see at the moment we have null, so it hasn't done anything. So we're going to hit run, and it's going to duplicate these four for us, and we're going to get not going to get anything. I wonder why. Nothing happening there. Okay, so it hasn't done that. So I'll see duplicate with detailing, duplicate as, okay. I wonder why it has not done that. I'm just gonna hit run, disconnect, run, and hit run here. Has it done anything? No. Okay, so I'm just gonna duplicate. Okay, duplicate sheets. Let me see, duplicate element. See if that does it. That's definitely not what I want. What's this? Duplicate all types of elements, including view templates. So what's after doing? Oh, okay, I think I know what's after happening. I didn't get an update. Oh no, it did it. Let me see. I'll just remove that. Bring this over here. Hit run. No. Okay, let me just see what's going on here. It's not doing. Oh, okay, right. So we have an issue with this view.duplicate. I'll delete that. And I think I might just bring this script in. I'll copy this. I think it does the exact same as what the other script done, but I'll copy it in here, connect that up, and we'll just move this over so we can see. And okay, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Right, so that's after doing what I want. It's after creating these. So I will actually remove, what is this? View.duplicate. We'll just see what package this is from. View.duplicate. Okay, so ArchLab shows some. So view, name, options. What's for options? Duplicate as dependent. Oh, okay, so this is a much nicer kind of way of doing it. So I'll undo all that, or remove that, undo this, and we're going to use this instead. So the views we want to duplicate, and I was using set the view names here, so we can do it all in one node. So I'll just remove these. So options, I think, is expecting a string. Okay. So duplicate as appendant, duplicate as something else. So so options, so view name, options. So just going to go back here, and we're going to go connect. See view name. I'll bring that out from here and connect it into view name. And I could put another view. Oops. View options. View option. View duplication option. Sorry. Duplication option. Okay. Just like that. So what is it? Duplicate as. I'm just trying to. Where is it? Duplicate view. Just duplicate. Okay. So let me see if I just put duplicate in here. Duplicate. Okay. And I'll save that. Bring this back up, and I'm just going to freeze that. We don't want to do anything just yet. We're going to be reloading this, so I'll close that down. Disconnect, run, reconnect, just to make sure I'm bringing in the new data. And I want to put in, what is it, duplication option. Doesn't matter what I call this. I'm targeting the 6th, which is 1 after 6th index. So just connect that in there. So we should now be able to bring this connected in here. And I'll see this level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2. That's going to change to just 4 duplicates, because as I said, you only see the last output in this. So I have the 4 duplicates. Everything else should still come along fine, and it does. Now this is going to be handy just to see, do we get our names when we duplicate? So just hit run and perfect. Level 1 coordinated view, level 1 HVAC. And that's what we want. Let me just see if I run this again. Okay, that's good that we're not recreating these. So if I disconnect and hit run, okay, that's great. So when it creates it, it creates it. I'll reconnect, I'll hit run again, and okay, yeah. So if you reconnect, and I'm just trying to break it at the moment just to see what happens and things to look out for. So when you disconnect it, so when you actually run this, it looks like it creates the views, then you disconnect it and it's fine, the views are going to stay, but when you run it again, it can't create the same name, so it's just going to give it copy 1, copy 2, which is kind of expected. So I'm just going to undo and undo because I want to run this, and I might have to run. It's not running, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy, because this one is erroring, so I'll just hit run now, and now we get that there. Okay, I don't know if you actually see Dynamo. I'm just thinking of the way the screen is capturing. I think you do actually see it, so okay, grand. So we have these 4 new views now, named and set. So I can actually remove this whole portion because we have this very handy note. So let me just undo what I just done. Was the view? Yeah, set view names. So this is create and set view names. So this is doing all of that. So I'll just group this. So it was create and set view names. Okay. So there we go. Create and set new view names. I'm going to just, I like to have my groups to have a little bit of size to them like that. I'll just go in here and get rid of the text, and there we go. So right, now we're after creating the views, but now we want to apply the view templates. So let me see, where was this being connected? It was being connected into our list.combine. Actually, I was going to just point something out. We don't need to be using this, excuse me, don't need to be using this list.map anymore. It's still handy in certain circumstances, but I'm just going to show you something. I'm going to remove this list.map. Actually, I'll bring it back because I just want to show you something, and I'll just freeze. Oh, freeze from here. Oops, what was that? Preview. Okay, just freeze, and everything's still frozen from there. I'll just hit run again, and okay. So what this list.map is doing, it's getting the index of true in the first list. Okay, so this list.map, it takes in the first thing at the index here. It could be just one item or a list of items. In this instance it's a list of items, so it takes that list of items in, gets the index of true, which is 0. If we go back here, true is at index 0, so it gets it, and then it gets the next list, which is index 1, brings it in here and gets the index of true, which is index 1, which it gets index 1 here. So for 1 it gets 1, and then index 2, true is at 0, so index 2, true is at 0, so it takes 2 in, gets the index of true, which is at index 0. So if I want to make my scripts a little easier to read, I can plug it in, and now there's this, well, it's not new, but this thing I haven't really mentioned is use levels. So use levels is very handy in a lot of situations now. I've kind of starting to use this a lot more than list.map and sometimes list.combine. But you see down here, level at level 1, at level 2, at level 3. So this basically means the list that comes in here, we're going to operate at level 1, and whatever function happens here in this function of this index is going to happen at level 2. So level 1 is the actual elements. Okay, that's always level 1. There's always the actual elements in there. Level 2 is the first hierarchy that your elements reside within. Now this is a nice simple flat 2D list, so this works fine. So this is going to work at level 2, so it's going to go the exact same way as list.map. It's going to work at level 2, so it's going to go, okay, I'm at 0 and I'm going to perform this index of true at 0, and it opens up here if there is a list and performs that function in this list. And then the next time it goes to this one, and then the next time it processes this one. So this should now, if I plug this in here, it should just hit run and have no, yeah, just after running the exact same way, I have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay, so that list.map is quite handy, but we're after getting, okay, right, so looks like I ran that, and if I just undo, okay, that's fine, and I think I have to undo again, just because I'm kind of bashing this out. Hit run, and like I did before, I think I have to copy and paste, remove this, and because I actually put a note in there, I can bring them back together, and I'll bring and plug this into here. Now when I run this again, you should see the exact same thing happen. Yeah. Okay, so we're after duplicating our views and renaming them. Now we're going to apply a view template. So this is probably going to take me just a little minute to figure out again. I did help someone get this working on their, I think it was Revit 2017, but there was a different way of doing this. We started using a dictionary, which I might get into in this one. So apply view template, this node here. If I apply view templates to selected views, so input 1, input 2, right, so apply, oops, I'm leaning over to type, so if I getting a few issues. So view template, get view templates, apply to view. We have this here, get view templates applied to a view, so we don't want that. We want to apply view templates, so we have view templates, view template name. So that's what we want to do. So I'm just going to remove that. I'm going to bring this up here and Windows Select and add it in. So I'm going to move that in here. So it's expecting a variable, which is the views, which are these views up here. And then the actual, just I think it's just looking for a string when it comes in. We'll see now anyway. So I'm going to, I think it's, yeah, okay, this one here, and that's all frozen beyond this point. So this list.combine is going to be using this node as its function to process. So I'll just going to freeze this just here, just so we can get a look at what's happening here. Use a watch node, and we'll just see how this all comes together. Okay. So this list.combine is taking in our views that we've duplicated and renamed. So it's taking in this and this, this and this, and it's going to apply a template to them. And I know in my Excel I've got 0, 0, 0 coordinated, 0, 0 coordinated, and HVAC. So if I go back, that's them there. Okay, and if I go just here, view templates, manage, I can see I've got, let me see, where is it? Do I have 0, 0? Yeah, 0, 0 coordinated, and let me see, we have, that's all of them. There might be an issue here. Oh, okay, it's 0, 0 and 0, 2. Is that the same there? Okay, sorry. View templates here, that's the name there, not this sub-discipline. I'm not actually using this, but we're using here this, so I know the view templates that I want to apply. I know their names beforehand, so they're the names, right? Now we can see here they're being brought into list 2, and our views from here, our renamed views, are being brought into list 1. And what this list.combine does, it basically takes, similar to the list.map. It takes the first input, so it's going to take our first level 1 coordinated or coordination. It's going to take that view. Okay, it's going to take the first view in, and then it's going to take this first string in, 0, 0 coordinated. Going to take them two in here and then apply this function to them. So it's going to take the first coordination view, the first view template name, and then apply the view template to that view, and then do it for the next view, and then the final view. Okay, so it steps through the indexes and does that. So I'm just going to unfreeze that. Just make sure there's nothing happening beyond here. Now I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm just doing all this on the fly. So I'll just hit run and cross my fingers. And there's something going on. Oh, okay. Yeah. To cancel to get out of that. And did that work? It looked like it did work, right. So it went through it fairly quickly. This view.apply view template worked great. So I can see now them views that we did have are in their correct views, and they have view template applied. This one has its view template applied, and all for coordinated has their view templates applied as well. You can see down here. Okay, so we have them, and we just flatten that out because this node produces them in it produces a new list each time it processes it. Okay, so I just have to flatten that down to get them back into a single list. Just a quick watch note there. And right, so we've done that. We don't have any sheets created yet, as you can see down here. We want to get these views and place them onto 4 individual sheets. So we have to, so this whole section here, create sheets, place views, and set sheet sub discipline. So we'll organize the sheets as well. And we have an input. Remember I mentioned that it's good to have inputs and outputs, which I haven't really done. I've got an input code block here and an input code block here, and not really in the rest of them. Okay, but here I can see straight away at my create sheets that I have the sheet names. I know where they are, the sheet numbers, I know where they are, and the sheet discipline, I know where they're coming in as well. So I can see that from, I think it's this goes over here, sheet name and number needs to be strings for processing. Okay, yeah, so you would think sheet number I can just put in a number, but it's actually expecting a string, a series of characters, not integers or floats. So that's why I have left that there. So I think this goes, oh, that's not actually part of this, so I'll just add that to group. So create sheets with names and numbers and title blocks. So this node here, this Python node, I think there is actually better nodes built in, but I'm just going to leave this just for the time being. All right, I might update this to more current, to the more current built-in nodes, but this just creates the sheets with the names and numbers, and then this node here kind of moves them into position. So, or does it? Let me see what node is here. Places views on sheets using XY coordinates. Okay, and these two nodes, I got this code from Joseph Peel, I think his name is, of the Dynamo forum. So this script should work fine. So I'm just going to unfreeze here, and I think I was messing around with these last time, so I think I have it kind of in the location I want it to be, and we can also set the subdiscipline. So I'm going to actually connect that up and set the subdiscipline, which is going to be for each one. Oh yeah, because I haven't run this. We can just go in and have a quick look. So subdiscipline, coordinated, and HVAC. So we should just have 2 sections in our sheets, or in our sheets hierarchy. So coordinated and HVAC. So, right, I'll just run this and see what happens. So it does take a little minute for it to process through. It's only doing 4 of them, and we have a bit of an issue here. That's it. The parameter is read only. Okay, right. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Subdiscipline. Let's go back here and see how we got along. So I have coordinated, it's placed, and we have coordinated ground floor, and this is our level 1, which is ground floor in this case. That's grand. And this one here, you can see the numbers are the same as well. Coordinated level 2, and this is coordinated first floor. Let's just go in and we can see we have our sheet name, coordinated ground floor, first floor, and HVAC there. That's all in there. And right, let me just see something now. We have subdiscipline. It's not letting us write to subdiscipline at the moment because that parameter is read only. So we're getting these in, and this is spelt the exact same as that there, subdiscipline. Okay, it could have just worked this into our template, so we wouldn't have to have done this, but I'll just go back here, go into coordinated, and we have do we have it even switched off? Subdiscipline. Oh yeah, I can see it's right only, so go there and subdiscipline. I'm going to oh no, that's the sheet subdiscipline. Let me see now. Subdiscipline, and I'll just go back here and take that back in, because you can see all is all here, so I don't want to be messing with that. So it looks like that subdiscipline is not coming through here, or it's the same parameter. Okay, so it's most likely the same parameter. Here we go, subdiscipline. Oops, don't know what that is. Boots, whatever. Sheet and view. Yeah, okay, so silly me, I used the same element, so I'm trying to write to it for the sheets, but for some reason it's not letting me write to it. Subdiscipline underscore, and that is what we have there. And it's let me write to it, yeah. Okay, so I'll just bring that back there. So yeah, I'll probably have a little, let me see exactly what's coming out of here. Okay, it's trying to write to the floor plans. I don't want the floor plans coming out. What I want is, actually, this is it here. I want this, so the actual sheet, I want that going in there. So now, so yeah, I was trying to write to the subdiscipline of the views, which is actually controlled by the view template, so that's why it wasn't letting me do that. I'm trying to write to the sheets subdiscipline. So it wouldn't have mattered if I made a separate subdiscipline. Getting confused myself, so just hit run, and yeah, that should have, yeah, that worked. We haven't seen it here because it's not actually set up like that. Browser organization, and we will just go to new anyway. So right, just test, and we're going to group by subdiscipline. All characters, yep, it's fine. No filtering, that's grand. And make sure we activate that. Now we can see 00 coordinated and 00 HVAC set out like that. So that's the way I would go. So that's the way I'd go through this script. So if I just bring up Revit, so that's the way I would go through the script to create our views and our sheets and place them, put them in the right location. So yeah, so I've set this up to actually run, and it's all working fine. I'd now go back and probably delete what I've done and then target the actual sheets that I want to do. So I can plug that in there. I'll come back to here. I'll just delete them, and I can delete them as well. And I think I can delete these also, but yeah, I'll leave them. I could just undo. Well, no, I don't undo because I'm after setting that up. After setting the browser organization up to go into a certain location. I'm after deleting all that. I'm happy enough with the settings, so I'm just going to save this back. I'll go down and save as, and I'll just give this 2017 model. Okay, so you can see I'm working on a laptop with the saving function taking forever. Right, so that is now saved. So I'll go back. I'm just going to do what I've done before, which is disconnect, run, and I'll get a load of errors, reconnect, and now, fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. Oh, what happened here? Let me see. Okay, so we have value, let me see, cannot be null. So it looks like we have nulls coming in. Where are these nulls coming from? Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll just undo that run, just in case. And I have to go back into my Excel, and I did have this extra, I put in an extra column here. So I have to do the same here in number 6. So I can go back here and say, yes, it's number 6. I'll just copy that, bring it down. We just don't want to duplicate, and I'll just click on that. Okay, just accept or escape and double click that. Just bring it right down. Now we'll save that, close it down. Now we can run and clean everything out, and we'll just see what happens with this. And we'll see what happens here. So that's Dynamo player. So right, it's just after finishing up. I'll just go and see if there's any errors anywhere. I don't see any yellow or red, or not red but yellow. Design, okay, yeah, we have all of our views. Our lighting, we've got our 3 floors for lighting. Now the sheets, we have all of our sheets. Let's go to piping. Go to piping ground floor, and we've got all of our level 1 piping here, and piping ground floor here, and our sheet number here. Okay, so that is working. Well, it's working now. It wasn't working before, so we have this working. And there are better ways to do this, like I mentioned. I have done a script where I've put window elevation, so all the windows, find out all the types and just get the unique types and then place them on a sheet across in a grid, like what was, I think it was something like 4 or 5 across, and it wasn't going to fill up an A1, so it was just a grid of elevations, and it was actually using the model. It wasn't a legend. It was using the placement of them. So I just go find all of the windows, get the types, as I said, get all the unique ones, and then make everything else hidden apart from the window and place them on a sheet. And I was basically using these 2 nodes, a combination of these 2. I had to do a little bit of editing of these to get it working, but it worked out quite well. I might do that one next and show you how to start placing more than 1 element on a sheet, because this is all well and good for a nice easy floor plan, but let's say you wanted to place this this building was twice as big, and you wanted to place it onto, like split it into 3 regions, 4 regions, whatever, and place them on the sheet. So I'll be using scope boxes for all of that. So I might look at doing something like that next. But just just to finish off, I'll just save this. I'll just save this directly here. I'll close down this one, and I'll just save it down. So I'll upload this video with this content again as a link. So the link's going to be below in this video to the Mega site where you can download it from. and it should work in 2016 as well. I think yeah, Dynamo 1.3. So yeah, it'll work in 2016. I don't think it will work in 2015, but the one before this probably would have. But you still have to get these newer nodes and bring them in, which I don't think these would work in the earlier version, or they might give you a warning saying you can't use this, but sometimes you can actually use the nodes in earlier versions of Dynamo with their newer version of nodes. So okay, I think that's it. I haven't really prepared for this. I just kind of a run and gun session here, so I'll just save it down, and as I said, I'll upload it, and I hope you get to use these a little bit. And if you have any questions, just post them below, and if I can get back to you, I will. Okay, thanks, bye.